Fourth World Series for Tolan with the Cardinals, 67 and 8. The Reds in 70 out all last year. 2 down, bases empty, 1-0 Oakland in the first inning. Blooper pitch up high, ball 1. 2-0 on Tolan.
The hitter, see that shoulder follow through and head.
Bobby Tolan taking all the way. Looks 3-1 pitch. Oh, and the count full on Tolan. Odom. And the 3-2 pitch. Grounded to tennis at first. The flip to Odom for the out, 3-1. Reds out, no runs, a hit, nobody left. End of 1-0 A's.
A Chrysler has always been an automobile with a tradition of performance on the open road. It was an automobile that faced the challenge of Le Mans and saw victory in 56 Grand National competitions. Today, the tradition continues with electronic ignition in this 73 Chrysler Newport, a Chrysler more people can afford.
Chrysler Newport, extra care in engineering. It makes a difference.
A good time isn't just a thing you buy or rent or borrow. A good time is a lovely day that won't last till...
Polaroid's Good Time camera is only $24.95 with an electronic shutter, electric eye, built-in flash, and a sharp 3-element lens. Not to mention the pictures you see in just 60 seconds. Is there any other way to take pictures?
How does a dentist see your child grow up? Cavities. The average child gets 11 of them between the ages of 5 and 15. These are the cavity-prone years. But some kids don't get so many. One reason? Colgate with MFP fluoride. Only your dentist can give teeth a better fluoride treatment. So for fewer cavities during the cavity-prone years, get Colgate with MFP. Only your dentist can give teeth a better fluoride treatment.
Matty Alou bunts and Concepcion fields and gets him on the first pitch in the second inning. A bunt that dropped in front of Concepcion, and he had time to get him.
Let's watch Concepcion again. He was playing very shallow and almost like the right-handed pull hitter for Alou. He knew he had to hurry. Good play by Concepcion.
Tries to bunt his way on, first out. Here's Dave Duncan. First start in the series coming in Game 7 at 218 this year. Good power, 19 home runs. 6 California League at Modesto. He had 46, second highest total in the history of the league. 2-0. Ball 3 to Duncan. American Association. Ball 4 to Duncan as Billingham gives up his first walk. Duncan aboard with 1 out. Dick Green, idled much of the year. Back ailment. He started every game in the series. Grounded into left field for a base hit. Duncan stops at second. 1 this year. But had 2 home runs. Bunted foul.
Get away, we'll watch.
Menke and Perez in shallow at third and first. Bunted foul again. Just about the same spot. Odom tries to bunt. It's a ball, and they have the runner picked off second. Concepcion to Menke as they run Duncan back now to Morgan to Billingham. Covering at first base. They'll run him back. Already at second. Billingham gets the put out. As the Reds finally get Duncan, Green goes to second.
There you see a Duncan leaning a little too far. You don't do that with Johnny Bench's arm. As he throws behind him to Concepcion. Now Menke has it. He's running him back to the base from which he came. There you see Green sliding in. Now he'll run him all the way back. He knows he's got second base occupied. Duncan will try to get out of it. He's not going to make it.
So they had Duncan trying to go to third. Odom missing the bunt. Scoring is 2-6-5-4-1. Dick Williams. Odom pops it up in foul ground. Might be playable. It is. Odom fouls out. A's gone in the second. No runs, one hit, no errors, one left at the end of an inning and a half. Oakland 1, Cincinnati nothing.
Gillette makes a better double edge now than the one your father used. The smoothest edge we can put on a blade for the smoothest shave we can put on your face. The Platinum Plus blade. And someday, Gillette will make even a better blade for your son. The more things change, the more they stay the same. We made the first blade, and we're still the first blade. Gillette. Platinum Plus.
Hi, Guy. Sid? Sid? What's this, a new kind of right guard antiperspirant?
Hi there. That's my new Right Guard natural scent.
Natural scent?
It's new, light and fresh. You know, natural. Smell it.
Huh? It smells terrific.
It's Right Guard.
Oh.
Helps keep you dry all day.
New Right Guard natural scent. Does Mona know about you?
Oh, they moved.
Oh.
This is my husband, Bruno.
Bruno? Hi, Guy.
Oakland leading. Bench 6 for 21 home run in the World Series. Hit it yesterday. Led the majors in homers and RBIs with 40 and 125 respectively. Makes the catch on a line shot by Bench.
Can't be playing deep. He's almost an outfielder with Bench up at the plate, ranging to his right, hit hard.
And Odom got away with a mistake then. He hung a curveball right over the plate to Bench.
They play him deep and straight away. Looking to left field. Rudy is back and has it. So Perez gets up. 1-0 pitch. Bando up with it at third, and the throw gets him. One third baseman retires the other. Reds out 1, 2, 3, and at the end of 2, it's 1-0 Oakland.
It's time for making a party for friends or the neighborhood. So make your party with Kentucky Fried Chicken and make it finger-licking good.
Right now, it's Party Pleaser Month at your Kentucky Fried Chicken store. So for any kind of a party, big or small, have a party with the Colonel.
America loves what the Colonel cooks. Anytime, any place, it's finger-licking good.
So you found a new pad and you're moving your stuff. Well, that's okay. This car's enough. Plymouth Space Duster. You can get 6.5 feet of space to pack with a seat that folds here and back. The roof cranks open for a country ride. Don't cost much extra. Let the sun inside. Cranks shut, too. Space Duster. You can get more out of it because you can get more into it. Plymouth Duster. Extra care and engineering. It makes a difference.
When you're watching the world go by from a sunny sidewalk cafe, that's living. But with a glass of Lancers, that's the good life. You know why people love Lancers? Shimmering Lancers? Because it tastes so special. Lancers Rosé, imported from Portugal.
To the good life.
It's 1-0 on Campaneris in the third inning. Burt leads off for the A's. Got slowly foul. On sale at 10:30. They were chanting at 9 o'clock in the morning, "We want tickets, we want tickets." Grounded slowly by the mound. Tough play for Menke. And he gets him. There goes Jerry Adair with Jim Honachek and Dick Williams walking out of the A's dugout. So Menke gets Campaneris for the first out. Two close plays at first base already.
Menke again. He's played a steady third base, made some good plays, made him look easy. Let's see now. Perez's foot is off the bag. It was not. Watch it again from home plate. Campaneris topping the ball. Menke knows he's got to go quickly. He throws a little bit to the left of Perez. His foot is not off the bag. The ball is in the glove. A tough call for Jim Hunachek. Here it is from a different angle. Hunachek has had two tough calls. You can see that his foot was not off the bag.
I have to say he was out. The NBC boys set up for us, gave it to us.
Angel Manguel lined a drive to center, which Tolan overran in the first inning, charged with a three-base error. Manguel scoring a run on Tennis' single. Pop foul. Side. 1-1. Breaking ball missing. Ball 2. One pitch. Manguel. Joe Morgan has a chance on a shallow pop. 2 down. Season. Rick still playing him a shade toward right. Strike one. Grounded to Menke at third. And the side retired. Campaneris, Manguel, and Rudy all go out. No runs, no hits, nobody left. The Reds come up in the bottom.
Likes to go with the play fake, and wide open is Oscar Reed. He fumbles. Fumble the ball. Butkus has it. He fumbles out of bounds.
Hand. Watch Butkus pick it up. He gets offended when somebody touches him. Gets a pretty good lick from Ron Yeri there.
And ABC's NFL Monday Night Football, the Minnesota Vikings versus the Chicago Bears, continues from Soldier Field in Chicago, Illinois, with the score: the Vikings 7, the Bears 3.
Seems like the only way to get a loan these days is to produce enough collateral to prove you don't really need the money. But what if you're just getting started? Who'll take a chance on you then? Come to Avco Financial Services. Because we believe in you, not just in what you own. You see, we think you have a lot more going for you than you're often given credit for. And we're here to give you the credit you deserve. Whether it's money for a new car, cash for your child's education, or a little help with that dream vacation you've always wanted. So whenever you need money, go directly to the nearest office of Avco Financial Services.
When you believe in people, work gets around.
Field
As the first. Oh, they're fired up. We said it before. Chirac made the stop. But he had an option to run or pass. Let's watch again, Don.
Fun. Look at the way when he gets on the outside. That's what he's trying to do. He slid into.
Oh, that hurt Chiracman. 225 pounds of quarterback.
Something he has stubbornly opposed, and that could pave the way to a ceasefire that could be announced before the elections here in the United States. Reinforcing that report, both Time magazine and Newsweek say in their issue coming out soon that the United States and North Vietnam have agreed to a peace settlement. Among the terms of the settlement, the news magazines say, are ceasefire, troop withdrawal, the release of the prisoners of war, and an arrangement to allow President Thieu to remain in office until a caretaker government has been installed. And then later there would be elections under the neutral supervision of the French. The man who will get the credit for the settlement, when and if it comes, will doubtless be Henry Kissinger, who has been in non-stop negotiating sessions with President Thieu. He met twice with President Thieu today, and again on Monday. It is now Monday in Saigon. And in between, Kissinger flew to Cambodia for talks with the Cambodian leadership. President Nixon would not comment on the Time magazine and Newsweek magazine reports, but in a Veterans Day address, he still took a hard line on draft dodgers and deserters. The president said he wouldn't make a mockery of American veterans by offering amnesty to those who had fled. He said a few hundred who chose to desert America must pay the price for that choice. Despite all the speculation tonight about peace, Senator George McGovern said he does not see any change. He was asked about the prospects of an Indochina settlement on the ABC program Issues and Answers.
I see nothing in the present picture that would indicate any easier settlement now than one that we could have had 4 years ago. I really believe that if I had been president over the last 4 years, we'd have ended this war 4 years ago. I'm still very skeptical that Mr. Nixon is going to negotiate an end to this war before the election. I think he's still backing General Tu. Now, it may be that he's trying to figure out some way to sell General Tu down the river without it appearing that that's what he's doing. But for the last 4 years as President of the United States, he's clung very consistently to General Tu. The survival of that regime has seemed to have meant more to him than anything else. He's placed that ahead of the release of prisoners or any other consideration.
Well, Governor, the Democrats continue to hammer away at the Watergate bugging case as an example of corruption in the Nixon administration, but apparently most people seem to believe the president was not personally involved in it. On today's CBS program, Face the Nation, Democratic vice presidential candidate Sergeant Shriver talked about that.
Well, it's an interesting thing to me that the White House, including the president, leaves the impression that they know what's going on inside the Kremlin even from time to time. And yet when it becomes a question of what's going on inside the committee to re-elect the president, there seems to be some doubt as to whether the president knows anything about it. I think it's ridiculous to assume that the president doesn't know what's going on within his own committee. I can assure you that President Kennedy or President Johnson, or I'm certain President Eisenhower, knew what was going on inside their own committees. And if they don't know what's going on inside their own committees, I doubt then whether the person's really qualified to be president. Moreover, one of the people now involved occupies an office right next to the president. The office that Mrs. Evelyn Lincoln used to sit in, President Kennedy's private secretary, is occupied, I believe, by Mr. Chapin. And he has been implicated, at least publicly, not by the Democrats, but by the FBI records showing that he received 28 telephone calls from people mixed up in this sabotage, forgery, and bribery operation.
The latest Lou Harris poll shows President Nixon is maintaining his lead over Senator McGovern. The latest figures indicate the president is favored 59% to 34%. McGovern thus has narrowed the Nixon lead, but only by 2 percentage points since the last survey in early October. Harris said McGovern has made only marginal gains on his charges of administration corruption, but 60% of those polled disagreed with him on income distribution, the Eagleton affair, and the Watergate caper. The Oakland A's, mustaches and all, have won the World Series. Bryant Gumbel will have that story after this.
Inside this new 1973 car, you won't find anything really new. A lot of big cars have big bucket seats and a big padded dash. And what big car doesn't have a big curved windshield? None of that is really new. What is new is finding all these big things inside a little car. Introducing the new 73 Super Beetle. You won't know it's a Volkswagen until you're outside.
In that little maneuver there, hey, he is some package, Don. He really is. He's really fun to watch. We'll take a look at it again. You'll see he's going to try fake in there. He's trying to throw the ball. Can't find his original receiver open. He sees some open there. Take a move. That left hand. And he was just barely in that end zone, but he was in the end zone. That's what counts.
All you have to do is cross the goal line, and you can do anything you want with it then. Mac Percival. The conversion. As the Bears, to the roar of a jam-packed Soldier Field, move out in front.
Here's a touchdown play again. It's just a great job of scrambling. Just a great job of scrambling. You see Bob Lurchman, number 75, is coming in there. Harrison takes that ball and just barely gets in that end zone.
But no question, Bear touchdown. There's the story. And we'll be back at Soldier Field after this.
Civilized like an elegant woman, savage like a cat.
Mercury Cougar XR7, like nobody else's car. Buckets, tachometer, automatic floor shift, V8, all standard. No car combines more luxury and sportiness than Cougar XR7.
It's like nobody else's car.
Built better to give you more. At the sign of the cat.
5 seconds. Well, we would like to see the indication of the call.
Yes, he's explaining to Coach Gibran, and he hasn't explained to us by way of the call.
Well, we'll check it out for you. We'll be back at Soldier Field right after this.
When you save your money at a savings and loan, your money does more than just grow. A savings and loan lends out money for homes, and that helps communities grow. We're doing a lot for America, and we want to do more.
Sooner or later, you're going to try a white owl. And when you do, we got you. Maybe we'll get you with a white owl mild, or the flavor, or one of our great shakes. But, we're gonna get you. You know we're gonna get you. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the guy working with him, Zeke Bratkowski, the former backup man with the Pack and a former quarterback with the Bears themselves. One of the shrewdest quarterbacking minds around in his time. The end of the half.
And the Vikings let it run out. They obviously feel they have to regroup. And they do. They are being beaten up, not only on the scoreboard, but on the field. And that is the end of the first half. We'll be back at Soldier Field after this.
Hey, Grady!
Hey, look who's here.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Well, if it isn't Francis Starkey. Yeah, the man who can't stay in the pocket. I think he's put on a little weight. Let's see if he still has his arm. Come on, Frank, throw me one. Hey, let's show him a little defense. Hey, let's show him a little defense. Get him, Jim.
If you find yourself scrambling around as much as Fran Tarkington, you really ought to know about the shirt he's wearing. The knitted sports shirt from Arrow. It gives a man total freedom of movement. The supple knit fabric stretches as you stretch, moves as you move, doesn't bind, stays smooth. And even if it gets roughed up a little, you still wind up looking pretty terrific. The sport knit from Arrow. We call it the Scrambler. If it takes Fran Tarkington's scrambling, it'll take yours.
The last score as we get through the first two periods of play here at Sun Devil Stadium in Tempe. Arizona State University Sun Devils 23, Air Force Academy Falcons 21. We'll be back for halftime activities after station identification.
All guest stars as a hired gun on the Rookies Monday night.
The cost of an airline ticket is about to plummet. American Airlines' great airfare sale will begin October 31st. Example, California to New York, $179.95 round trip. From all cities served by American Airlines, there are savings, almost 50% in many cases. Call us or a travel agent and find out how and when and where you can go. Make reservations tomorrow, tonight, even sooner. Only 6 weeks after the sale begins, it's over.
In a recent nationwide survey, independent TV servicemen named one brand of color TV by more than 2 to 1 over the next best brand as needing fewest repairs, Zenith. And they named one brand more than any other as being easiest to fix, Zenith. Maybe that's why more TV servicemen prefer to own Zenith than any other brand. At Zenith, the quality goes in before the name goes on.
Anthony Quinn.
Force 21. We'll be back with more after this message.
If your home is your castle, then your second home is your car. Because where else do you spend so many hours in your own private part of the world? That's why Chevrolet builds luxury automobiles like this, the 1973 Caprice. We designed Caprice with classic elegance and fine interior appointments. For more peace and quiet, we added more sound insulation. For peace of mind, we built in power front disc brakes, variable ratio power steering, turbo hydromatic transmission, and responsive V8 performance, all standard. 1973 Caprice by Chevrolet, with all the comforts your second home should have.
Arizona State University. The landmark structure is Grady Gamage Auditorium, symbolizing ASU's rise to prominence during the past decade. The world's great orchestras, drama, dance companies performing in this renowned hall designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. More than 27,000 students now attend Arizona State University's campus in Tempe in the metropolitan Phoenix area. One of the nation's fastest growing universities, a campus of modernistic buildings in a setting of palm trees and subtropical greenery, founded in 1885 as a teacher training school. It has an excellent college of education. ASU colleges of liberal arts, engineering, business, architecture, fine arts, nursing, law, and the graduate college have all grown immensely in the years following the Second World War. ASU students, more than a fourth of whom are graduate programs, come from all 50 states and 70 foreign countries. We're at Sun Devil Stadium in Tempe, and our score at halftime, Arizona State 23, Air Force 21. We'll be back with more after this message.
Next Saturday at 1:30 in the afternoon here between the
Business insurance from Kemper is a lot like a balanced breakfast with all the protection your business needs to keep strong and healthy. Kemper, small enough to satisfy your business insurance needs, big enough to insure General Foods, the Quaker Oats Company, Nabisco, Pet Incorporated, Campbell Soup, Stokely Van Camp, Keebler, Armour & Company, Beechnut Foods and Beverages.
It wasn't too long ago that you had to do a lot of things to keep your car running right. Seemed like we spent as much time in the car as we spent on the road. Why, many of us still remember when a car needed a lube job every 1,000 miles. Well, nowadays, General Motors cars are designed to give you years of service. And they give them with very little attention. In fact, they've improved to the point where many GM owners take their cars for granted. But lubrication is as important today as ever. Except that under normal driving conditions, you now only have to do it every 6,000 miles. And when was the last time you had it done? When did you last check the tire pressure? Or the battery connections? Or the belts to your water pump, fan, and alternator? Do you change the oil every 4 months or 6,000 miles as recommended? It's all spelled out in your owner's manual, you know. And when was the last time you looked at it?
This is the stadium where the Fiesta Bowl is on the sideline.
Sharp steel versus the Goodyear Custom Power Cushion Poly Steel tire. To demonstrate the penetration resistance of steel cord belts under the tread. Watch. The polyester cord body soaks up shocks, and double steel cord belts resist penetration. Poly Steel. 40,000-mile tire engineered for American cars. Only from Goodyear.
This is a woman whose husband saved a few dollars on a battery. This is a man with a tow truck who charges several dollars to boost her battery. Which is why Goodyear introduced the super powerful Powerhouse. It doesn't cost a whole lot more than the kind of batteries they put in new cars, but it gives you nearly twice as much power. The Goodyear Powerhouse. It's a little more battery than you need until you need it.
Look at him from the end zone.
Number 37, Bill May.
Almost anywhere you travel on business, you'll find a Holiday Inn close by. And in every major city, you have a choice of 2 or more. Chances are we can get you closer to your business. And that's important when people are depending on you. We can get you closer to your business. Holiday Inn. the most accommodating people in the world. I started smoking a pipe because I liked the smell. First, I smoked raspberry glop and smelled like a walking fruit salad. Then I tried Angel's Breath, and the chicks went wild. But Angel's Breath tasted like dragon's fire, so I gave up the chicks to save my mouth. Then I tried Carter Hall, cool and smooth, and the aroma. Oh, the chicks are back. Pass the word, the chicks are back. Carter Hall, the pipe tobacco that tastes as good as pipe tobacco smells.
There's one of the sentries about the horizon this afternoon. There's probably a whole lot of history in that posture, if I had time to talk about it.
He just finished shaving with the Remington Electric. Now he'll test something totally new, the Schick Flexomatic. Can it get any more beard? Just watch. Schick gets the stubble Remington left behind. Independent tests like this prove the Schick Flexomatic shaves closer than Remington. Closer than Norelco. Closer because the head is super thin. Comfortable because it's soft. Get the new Schick Flexomatic. It's proven closer.
What a day. I had this heartburn. She says, do yourself a favor. I said, listen, it'll go away. She says, do yourself a favor. I said, what? A little acid, a little heartburn. She says, do yourself a favor. Take some Alka-Seltzer.
Alka-Seltzer starts to work as you drink it to settle your upset stomach. For your upset stomach and headache, take Alka-Seltzer.
Do yourself a favor. Take Alka-Seltzer.
All right, let's see what the Sun Devils come up with. A loose football. Arizona State 23.
A latter-day Jack the Ripper roams the streets of San Francisco tonight.
Hey, Groom & Clean has found a way to control just shampooed hair without grease. And this clean comb can prove it. Look, Groom & Clean mixes with water. It's never greasy, see? Groom & Clean controls just shampooed hair. The clean way, without grease. See? No grease.
Groom, keep it clean. Groom, keep it clean. Groom, keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Only Western, the Champagne airline, gives first-class leg space in coach and complimentary champagne to all on every flight.
Tuesday on the 6:30 movie, Anne Bancroft in a Los Angeles television premiere.
Are you punishing Florrie because she's guilty of a sexual act beneath this sacred roof? Get out!
7 Women, Tuesday at 6:30 on Channel 7.
The Parent Game tonight at 7.
Keith Jackson, League Gross Cup. We go to the final quarter of the Air Force Arizona State football game here in Tempe, Arizona. And the first play belongs to Woody Green. From the 20-yard line, he spurts up to the 24-yard line. Pepper, let's watch Joe Petty at tight end. He came to this ball game today with 21 catches for 337 yards, and the ball hasn't even been pointed at him all day. I'm just trying to figure out why here. Big tight end, number 88. So let's watch. On second down, and the left tackle, number 78, Steve Gunther, didn't hear the count apparently and jumped. So that'll cost him 5. Joe did have 21 catches for 337 yards, 3 touchdowns, and as we pointed out earlier, he's not a big tight end. He's under 200 pounds, but he's an excellent receiver. Fine hands, good speed, and he can go deep. And that is an interesting stat, that he has yet to catch the football today. Catch it? He hasn't even seen it. Second down. They declined the penalty. 10 yards to go. Here comes Woody Green. Oh, boy. He's got to scare you when he gets that much room. He gets up to the 27. So it'll be third down and 3 yards to go as Terry Taken made the tackle, a senior out of Wadsworth, Ohio, for the Falcons. Air Force ahead by 5, 28-23. As we went into the fourth quarter, we had 650 total yards of offense by the two teams. White keeps it, and it was a mistake. Homburg, number 85, the man that spoiled it, and then Steve Heil, the rover, put him away. There are the statistics through 3. Things settled down a little bit in the third quarter. If you joined us late, we had a wild and woolly first half, but things kind of got back to normal a little bit in the third quarter. The Air Force took over in the total offense lead, though, now with over 300 yards. So it's fourth down, and Dan White to punt, and he's had a great day with the foot. Hangs one up high, and Olin takes it back at the 32-yard line, brings it up to the 39. 7-yard return, and 45 yards on the punt. And we have 13 minutes and 4 seconds to play in the football game. Our score, Air Force 28, Arizona State 23.
If you built a truck, you'd probably build it the way we did. You'd ask people what they wanted, what they liked, what they disliked. You'd set lofty goals for your truck. Try to make it ride and handle better than any truck before. You'd fill it with improvements people will see, improvements people will feel. You'd test your truck's thousands of parts for thousands of hours and over hundreds of thousands of miles. And when you finished, you'd have a feeling that yours was one of the best designed, best built trucks in the world. Introducing your truck, the 1973 Chevrolet Cheyenne Super.
To play in the ball game. Our score now reads Air Force 39, Arizona 3.
There's nothing in the Constitution that says you have to vote. But there's plenty in here to convince you that you should. Time, the weekly news magazine.
Say, after the show, I'd like to take you kids out. You know a good restaurant?
No problem.
The Yellow Pages.
Sure, almost everything is in the Yellow Pages. Nothing is faster and easier. Find a place that serves lapin. Lapin, great.
Lapin? Isn't that French for rabbit?
Delicious.
Wait a minute. You people eat rabbits? Hey, look, Doc. Find a place that serves carrots.
Let your fingers do the walking through the Yellow Pages.
For the season, I guess that's bound to balance up a little bit too.
Yeah, I hope so. It's getting tough to go into these rival cities and talk to after we make our picks.
Be the subject of all that abuse.
Anyway, we'll have this week's Fearless Picks, and as always, our selection, Best of the Week at the end of the show.
We'll be right back after this message with This Week in Pro Football.
Everybody's going someplace. To many people, flying has become as natural as walking. They make 20 or 30 business trips a year. Of course, they have their choice of airlines, and each airline has its better points. They know they've flown them all, searching for the most efficient, the most comfortable, the most courteous. And they found it. An airline with the first full-size coach lounges with piano bars and tables for four and overhead luggage compartments. They even found a kind word and a warm smile when they needed it most. That's why these people, the ones who fly more than anybody else, choose one airline more often than any other. Each for his own reason. Chet Huntley for American Airlines.
At a time like this, you probably don't care that we naturally carbonate our beer. At a time like this, you probably don't care that we use only choice barley malt. At a time like this, you probably don't care that we use only personally selected hops. At a time like this, you probably don't care that we use only pure artesian brewing water. But you'd taste the difference if we didn't, so we do. Olympia.
I was in Atlanta last Sunday for the Falcons and 49ers game, and like everybody else, I was surprised at the final score. But what surprised me even more was the continuous display of genuine dislike that these two teams seem to have for each other.
In Atlanta, the San Francisco 49ers weren't out to win any friends, and they didn't, as Vic Washington took the opening kickoff and zapped 98 yards to Spike City. Now, football by nature is not a friendly pastime, but when these two teams get together, the Hatfields and the McCoys run for cover. Both teams displayed some moves that made one wonder if perhaps Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali hadn't become assistant coaches. But back to football, where number 64 Dave Wilcox stripped the Falcon blocking and stopped the runner. Number 40 Ken Willard cut out large chunks of yardage and brought the 49ers in close. Then young Steve Spurrier, playing in place of injured John Brody, hit tight end Ted Kwolek, and San Francisco led 21-7. Bob Berry brought the Falcons back with a 40-yarder to Jim Mitchell, number 86. But then Steve Spurrier and the 49ers blew the game open. Preston Riley, number 85, juggled one in and proceeded to give Spike City a little refinement. Then came the sports writer's dream, as Ralph McGill, number 49 of the 49ers, who were on their way to scoring 49 points, returned to punt. You guessed it, 83 yards for a touchdown. But the writer's dream was not to be, and copy editors across the country breathed a sigh of relief as the play was nullified by a penalty. However, the 49ers were undaunted as Skip Vanderbunt, number 52, picked off a Pat Sullivan pass and raced it in, all the way now to give San Francisco an amazingly easy 49-14 win over Atlanta.
But Tom, last week your old team, the Philadelphia Eagles, threw it in neutral and got back on course again.
Yeah, they almost fouled us up. They won a game a week ago. Well, watch me grin and try to bear this.
In New Orleans, John Reeves and Archie Manning, the futures of two franchises, discussed flush times in the SEC before the start of the game between the Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Saints' future began looking bright indeed when he hit Danny Abramowitz for the game's first score in the first quarter. Archie collapsed the throat of the Eagles' zone early, and this strike to tight end Bob Brown had the Saints threatening again. But Leroy Keys blunted this drive with an in-zone interception, and the Saints had to settle for a 7-3 halftime lead. The Eagles chose not to go with John Reeves and started number 14, Pete Lisk, instead. Number 30, Ernie Jackson's interception was only part of a world of mistakes made by the Eagles' faulty offense. And it's just as well that Philadelphia chose not to start their future today. For this kind of exposure might have traumatized any yearling quarterback. Even when two Philadelphia Eagles did manage to coordinate on a single play, a third generally found a way to confound their efforts. Meanwhile, New Orleans' future was looking better and better as Archie coupled once again with Danny Abramowitz for a 14-3 lead. When Archie streamed to number 35, Bob Gresham, the Eagles tagged him at least twice on the 54-yard run that set up his own 1-yard touchdown plunge, making the Saints superior to the Eagles by 21-3. Fights fire. Fire, you can defeat it with our roofing. Stop it with our panels. Contain it with our walls and ceilings. Fighting fire, an element of today's Johns Manville you may have overlooked.
Hello, New York, Sal. Hello, Chicago, sell. Hello, L.A. Everyone in New York and Chicago is selling. Buy. Oh, I ate too fast. Give me 2 Alka-Seltzer.
Alka-Seltzer starts to work as you drink it to settle your upset stomach. For your upset stomach and headache, take Alka-Seltzer.
Some business, huh?
This man has a drinking problem. But when he's drunk and drives, we all have a problem. The drunk driver causes 50% of all fatal accidents and a spiraling rise in insurance rates. There's really only one answer. As long as he keeps drinking, he has to be kept off the road, perhaps permanently. People make insurance rates. To get the best coverage at the best price, see your local independent agent at this symbol.
Keep your eyes on number 6, B. Hamilton. He goes by Milligan, and now he's moving up on Richard Petty.
Move over, Petty. I'm coming through. That's what you think, Hamilton.
Petty's moving along.
I've got a pretty girl to kiss at the finish line. No girl's gonna kiss you with grease on your head. Huh? Change that oil. Can't hear you.
Greaseless Vitalis for natural-looking hair.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, dedicated to safety, at work, at home, and on the road.
We'll be right back to This Week in Pro Football following station identification. This is the Hughes Sports Network.
We live cars here in Southern California. More of everything made to move moves here because we can't make it without wheels, and we're not about to try. But if a car makes it here, it makes it. So Dodge challenges them all on one of the greatest proving grounds of all, the freeways and streets of Southern California. Dodge Charger SE, the special edition Charger with the chrome interior. Check the wood grain dash, the rally instrument panel. But check it out on the freeway for that torsion quiet ride. Its totally new soundproofing system and electronic ignition as standard. Dodge Charger SE, challenging them all on one of the greatest proving grounds of all, the freeways and streets of Southern California. See your Los Angeles, Orange County Dodge dealers now.
Proposition 22 is a grower-sponsored fraud. It takes away our rights as farm workers. Please vote no on fraud. Vote no on 22.
KH. Gasoline. Mobil hates dirt.
Keep your eyes on number 6, Pete Hamilton. He goes by Milligan, and now he's moving up on Richard Petty.
Move on, Petty, I'm coming through. That's what you think, Hamilton.
Petty's holding him off.
I've got a pretty girl to kiss at the finish line. No girl's gonna kiss you with grease on your head. Huh? Change that oil.
Greaseless Vitalis for natural-looking hair.
This is the place, malt liquor, good enough to earn the name. This is the first malt liquor, good enough to be called Budweiser.
In the past 3 years, over 60,000 public employees in California have walked off their jobs. Every step cost you money. Vote to end the costly strikes by state employees through talking instead of walking. Vote yes on 15.
K-Earth is rockin' and a-rollin' back to the 50s. Turn on Stereo 101, Nostalgia Radio. All oldies, all the time on K-Earth.
Oakland coach John Madden awaited the start of the game with Los Angeles.